It is my great pleasure tonight to introduce our fabulous speaker, who is a Teams guru, Jessica Hugh from Seroptimus International of Snowy Whitefish, Montana.
Thank
And
you
I'll
so
go
much,
ahead and
Sharon.
turn it over to you.
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you so much for allowing me to come on and go over all things Teams with you. I'm going to go ahead and do this screen share just because we are recording, just in case there are people that hadn't gotten that email yet. So this email is very much just MS Teams invitation is going to be your subject. This is going to be coming from support at Seroptimus northwestregion.org. And mine, I am a newer member. So of course it says newish member, but it's just going to have all of the basic information for you and how to join MS Teams. And then, of course, my favorite down here, there's a couple videos, which even myself, I went through and I watched the videos just to make sure I wasn't going to miss anything. So if you haven't had a chance to, go ahead and watch these videos. They're not very long and they're very great resources if you need any help at all. You can also reach out to myself or support at seroptimusnwr.org. And any one of us would be happy to help you guys. We can do a Zoom one-on-one or anything, maybe just a phone call. And if you are a local to me person, I'd be happy to just come over and we can meet at a coffee shop and go through it. But this email is going to have really everything that you'll need. And you'll be able to click within all of these within your email and it will just open up automatically. And if you have any problems with any of this, you can reach out to Sarah Miller. And then with that, we'll go ahead and we will launch Teams. So all of our teams, depending on your role, should have a basic account, which looks just like this. So it automatically is going to put you in here. You can delete this, you can keep it. It doesn't really matter. You can do a lot of different options by clicking this 3-dot ellipsis here. And you can unpin this right there. So there, it's gone. So I also have Diane in here, who is our president. I have it pinned. So as you become more familiar with Teams, you can add people. And right now I'm going to add Karen, and I can do this by clicking in this tiny square with the line through it. And it pops up as a new chat. And up here, I can just start typing in Karen. And it's going to pop up with different people within the Seroptimus. So I can click on this and it's going to pop Karen right in there. Now here's a tip. If you just leave this and you go somewhere else without adding a message, this whole chat just disappears because it's a draft. You won't see it again, so you'll have to run a search. So one of the things that you can do is just make sure, send a quick message so you don't lose this chat. And you can shoot a quick hi over. So Karen now received a message. Depending on her notification settings, it could have popped up on her phone because we can get this on our mobile device. And you also have the desktop app feature, so you can make this an app on your computer. You can also go online. So there's 3 different ways that you can actually use your Teams, which is really handy depending on, you know, are you sitting in front of a computer a lot of the day or any time of the day, or, you know, do you have your cell phone with you at all times So for me, it's more convenient. I can have Teams on the go. Now, if Karen and I are going to be communicating a lot, you can click on this 3-dot ellipsis here and you can pin this. So that moves that up to the pinned. Now, this is kind of like, who are your best friends? Your besties are going to go up here. If you want, there's other features. You can kind of click and drag. You can move them around. So there's some cool options visually with how you want this to look. And then, of course, you can always unpin them at any time. And it just goes back down to your recents. So it doesn't delete or anything like that. If there's too many notifications going off, because I think we've all been a part of group chats where it's just dinging or notifying you every single second of the day, you can click this mute so it doesn't notify you in any way. So there's a really good option. If you mute this, you can also go back through. Maybe you just want to unplug for the weekend, so you're going to go through and you're going to mute everything. You can also unmute this at any time. So that's really a lot of the main features that you'll want to get started with kind of right away. You can absolutely, as you get logged in, practice with me. So feel free to send me a chat. So of course, you're going to go up here, you're going to click this new chat icon, and then you'll just type in Jessica Hugh or Jessica, it might pop up, and then send me a quick hey, or maybe you're going to send me your favorite GIF, whatever you want to do. And then we can kind of go from there and see if anyone has any questions or anything. Within each chat, we have some really cool features. So as you can see, we have this chat feature up at the top where you'll notice that Karen's name is, and you'll see all of our activities. So if you click on this, this is where we're going to see any activity that Karen and I have had. So if we've sent each other files or pictures, you'll see a lot of that here in just one place. And then very similar to Zoom, we also can do video calls. So in this upper right-hand corner, I can make a video call to her by clicking on that. And if I click on it, it's very similar to Zoom. It's going to pop up a little a picture of your face and some other options. Do you want to change any of the settings, that the default settings that it naturally has? So you can kind of play around with it, and then you'll call. And of course, there's like this Teams normal call, and you can leave at any time by just clicking the leave button. You can also do audio calls. So you'll see the little telephone icon. And if you hover over something for just a couple of seconds, it'll tell you what it is. And one of my favorite features, which is also on Zoom, you can do this screen share. Now, one of the cool things that's different from Zoom, if you call me and you're like, I need to do a screen share with you, within Zoom, we have to be on a call. This, you don't have to be. So if Karen wanted to do a screen share with me while she's in another meeting and maybe I'm doing something else, she's just like, hey, I can't find this file. Can you show me this? She can just do a screen share, and I can remote in, or I can just let her know, shoot her a quick text, hey, it's in this file. So that's a really awesome feature that Teams does have over any of the other programs. Another cool feature is, of course, the group chat. So we can add people within this. And if you click on that, it will just, you can type in someone's name and you can add that. And this now becomes a new chat with your group. So this would be a really great place for your committees. So maybe if you want to do a Dream It, Be It committee, and you have all of your committee members in here within your group. So it's not going to go to the whole region. It's just going to stay within your Soroptimist group, but it's still a really, really great feature. And I see Karen, as you could see, there was like this 3-dot ellipsis over here. I could see that Karen was getting ready to text me. So it's very similar to on your mobile device when somebody's texting you on an Apple, at least the 3 bubbles will appear that someone's texting with you. So another cool feature within this is Teams. So over here on the left-hand side, we have apps. Just like on your phone, Microsoft has deemed these apps. You can click on activity, and this will just show every single activity. So anytime somebody has made a comment directed to you, or if there's any unread comments, you can toggle this. And you can easily click on it and it'll take you right to that particular comment. So that's really nice. Now, where to find these? It's not going to be in the chat feature. So this chat feature is something that when you're reaching out, you're creating a new chat, or your other Soroptimist is creating a new chat, it's going to go into this chat feature. Now, Microsoft Teams did a really silly thing. They decided to call their app Teams. So I don't know why, but it makes training a lot of fun when we're thinking about the difference between your chat feature and your Teams. We all have access to both of these teams. And if you go in, you'll see you have 2 teams, if not more, depending on your role with your group. But you'll go ahead and you can click on this, and then you'll see that there are channels. So underneath this is the general channel. You can click and open this. It naturally just automatically opens to a general channel. So they will be called general. And Karen or Sarah, you can actually add in the future, once people start getting more comfortable and confident using the system, we can add more channels depending on what the group needs. But you'll see that there's been a lot of activity already going on. You can scroll all the way up, or you can use the sidebar, and if you want, you can go through and read the different comments that people have created. The first thing I do want everyone to do once they get in here, of course, is read me first. So think of this like a notebook. All of these areas are areas that you can click up here. So we'll go ahead and click on this read me first. And there is a ton of information in here on how to use Teams. It's very easy to go through. You can either click on this side over here and it'll take you directly there, or you can just scroll through and read the entire chat right in here. So this helps you, and it's kind of a frequently asked questions. How are we supposed to share files? And it has screenshots in here. So there's a lot of very useful things within this. You can also see the newsletters, how to find the newsletters that we've posted, and then any tips and tricks that we have. So you'll just click on it and it'll open up and you can scroll through and read that. And then another really cool feature is the files. So I know our group uses Google Files, Google Files. But Teams really has all of the different things that most groups are looking for, the different opportunities of chatting and meeting virtually or audio calls, along with uploading all of your files. So as you can see, it's very similar to Google or SharePoint or any other, honestly, folder system that's on a computer. And it's just a folder system. So all of these are clickable links. And as you can see, there's a little bit different. This is a folder, so you can click within here and there's going to be more information for you guys to be able to click on. Now, these are specifically designed so that you can go in and chat with members all across our entire region. So it wouldn't be very specific to your club per se, but you can, if you find that you really love Teams, you can get a free Microsoft Teams or Microsoft Suite account for your group, and you guys can use it that way. But just like in the NWR chat, there's tons of information in here as well. And of course, a README first, and you can go through the files within this, but you can scroll down and see that there's tons of information within here. So one of the things that I want to show you, and I'm just going to keep using Karen as my go-to, is what if you're not at your computer? How will you know if somebody's talking to you? So one of the cool features that they have in here is if you do this @ button and you start typing their name, of course, right now we only have Karen in here, but this works for our teams as well. If I click on this Karen, this will alert her in that group chat. So I'm going to show you that in the group chat as well. And then Karen, maybe we can go through and delete that or whatever you would like to do with that, just to show everyone exactly what that looks like. So what I'm going to do in this NWR chat in the general is I'm going to start a new conversation. And for this is a whole channel. So we talked about how this is a whole channel. So if I do @ channel, this will alert everyone. So as you can see, it automatically just makes it general. So everybody who's a part of these that have general is getting alerted. Now with this one for Holly C, it says hi all. So if I go in here and I read it, I'll see it, but I'm not being notified in any way within this chat that anything has happened. So same with Wanda, there's no @. So you'll want to make sure if you are posting in one of these teams chats and you want everybody to see your message, you're going to do @ channel. And then if you want it to go to a specific person, you can just do @ Karen or @ that specific person, and then start typing right there. I'm actually not going to send this, that way we don't have to worry about deleting it. But that's pretty much everything that I had for you at this time. Do we have any questions at all? I know I went over just so many things in that short period of time.
Do you have to have an MS or Outlook email account to access the file section of MS Teams?
You don't. So I've logged in originally. I had, and here's another thing I didn't touch on. I had a previous account and it's connected to my Yahoo email. I do not have MS or Outlook. Now, because I had another account originally, we did have to go through a different route for signing me up. So if you have not signed up yet for this Teams and you already have an account, go ahead and let us know that, because we have to do a little bit different. We have to do a workaround with that. But no, to answer your question, you do not have to have MS or Outlook to open the files.
So Jessica, just to kind of step back and clarify this again. So if I wanted to just chat with, let's say, Region Treasurer Becky, I would use preferably the chat, not
Yeah,
the Teams
correct.
icon.
Unless you want everybody to see it, I would say a direct message is more for the chat feature. And then your Teams is more for, that group setting. So think of it, it is your full team seeing this. So of course, everything that you post on there can be seen by everybody. So keep that in mind when you're posting. You can delete things. Oh, and actually, I'm so sorry. I did forget one. I did want to go through one more thing. And that is when you're in your teams. So right here, Karen had started a new conversation and she put @channel, so everyone was alerted. You don't have to sit and start a new conversation. It's not like when you're on your phone and you're just chatting to reply. You'll want to click reply here because it kind of sections it together. So then you don't have to add anyone unless you would like to, but it's not a new conversation. So I can go in here and I can click this reply if it would work. And I can go ahead and start typing if I could type. Thank you. And I can do Karen @Karen, and Karen will get this and then I'll send it. Now this will be grouped together with this conversation. If I have a new topic to discuss, so as we can see, all of these, you can collapse them. And it kind of makes things easy to find information. So if I want to go back through, I can, oh, here's a cool season's greetings. And you can see all these replies. You can click on them and it will open that up. And you can see the replies from each of the people. So just like with this one, I can click and open that, or I can collapse them. So it's really your choice on whether you want to see everything. But for our teams, that's how that works. They're conversations. And when you're replying back to someone, you'll want to make sure to hit this reply so that they know it kind of goes with this comment. So if I were just to do a new conversation and reply, we have no idea what I'm replying to. I could say great newsletter. That doesn't quite make sense with the flow of things. So I'll want to click this reply, and that's where I'll say, Karen, great newsletter. Thank you for the information.
We've got a question, Jessica. I have a Teams account for my job. It seemed to be a problem. Should I reach out to you directly?
So this was also, I had multiple accounts because I also had Teams for my job. You're going to want to reach out to that support email, and I can post that in here. If you don't have it, it's completely up to you. I think I'll just post it anyways, just so you guys can have this on hand. But you'll want to reach out to this email and let her know. Let Sarah know, hi, I have another account. What should we do about that? And she helped me because I had never had so many accounts going before. So she helped me and she just resent me another link and it just worked. So I will say, if you are using multiple accounts, I definitely suggest the mobile app for that. It's very easy to toggle through. Okay, perfect. So I did post that email to Kathleen. yeah, if you use your mobile app, it's very easy to toggle through your different accounts. So whether I had my work, my personal, and then the Soroptimist one. And you can clearly see it's very well labeled which one to go through. So if you do have multiple accounts, once you get all set up, if you guys want to reach back out to me, we can do maybe a small group setting and kind of go through whether you want to do online, desktop, or mobile. We can kind of go through that at that time.
Right. Are there some more questions? If not, I have another question. I have a PDF flyer of my club's fundraiser, and I want to make sure that everybody in the region sees it. So how do I attach it to the general channel, right?
Perfect. Yes. So we're going to go back into Teams, the Teams, once that opens up in full. And if you're wanting something for everyone to see, the entire region, you're going to go in. Of course, you've already read the read me first. You'll go into files right here. And this is where you'll upload all of that. So you'll click on this upload icon. This new icon, this is where people can do different folders. You can also start creating things within here. So you don't just have to create from a Word on your desktop. You can easily create it right in here, and it will automatically save it in here, which is really, really nice. But if you're looking to upload something within this, you're just going to click this upload button. Now, whether it's a file, a folder, or a template, this is a really awesome feature that you can use. You can also just click and drag it right in here, and it will automatically upload as well. A really cool feature here as well, if you want, you can also click here and then download this to your desktop. So I can click that. Oh, I want to share this on my social media for our group. So I can download this, and it's let me know that this is downloaded. And you just double click and it will open right up. And you'll see everything right there eventually. Apparently Montana internet's very slow today.
Is it all that snow?
Yes, yeah. I imagine there is normally a picture here. Oh, there we go. It's starting to open up. But yes, so that's how you would go to download anything within here, or upload any files that you have as well. And that's the same for both of these. You'll see that there's the files tab for both of them. You can also share it in a conversation. So as you can see, there are pictures in here. So you have options down here. You can change up the format. If you want to play around, you can. There's tons of different options. I will let you know a little trick. If you hit enter, it automatically sends your message. So keep that in mind if you are the type of person who likes to add in multiple paragraphs, or you like a whole bunch of space in between each of your maybe comments or anything that you have going on. So anytime paragraph number 1, and if I hit enter to go down to the next line, it doesn't do that. It just automatically sends it. So you'll want to make sure, if you are somebody who hits that tab button to send it to the next paragraph, it will automatically send everything.
So hypothetically speaking, now we have all the members of their districts are in a particular channel. And then we also have club presidents have a channel and club treasurers have a channel. So for example, we have area meetings coming up, right? So if I were a club president in my area, I could and got a flyer from the area meeting committee group, I could post that into Teams and share it with the rest of the presidents in the district just to let them know, hey, the area meeting is coming up, right? And join us if you'd like. That would be another good example, maybe, of what
Yeah.
we could do.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll just want to remember to hit that @ channel so that everyone within that group gets notified. Otherwise, there are times where a lot of messages can go unread just because people never got notified that there was a new message. And I'm sure nobody wants to just live within Teams. So you want to make sure to go ahead and kind of tag that person or that group. That way they know that they need, it's kind of a call to action or an alert directed to you so that, hey, we want you to read this.
Great, Jessica, thanks. Are there other questions coming up or other scenarios you can think of that you might have a question about? Let's see, I'm not seeing any in chat. Okay. Well, we'd love to get some feedback. You can always feel free to email me at, I'll put my email in here. If you'd like to see more training or other opportunities to learn more about how to use this great feature we all have, we think that there's a lot of possibility for information sharing as just trying to figure out the best way to get everybody feeling comfortable with it, right? I think that's a challenge. I know I feel like it's always a learning curve. But what's the worst thing that could happen, Jessica, if you're trying to use the chat and you goof up?
Nothing. There are preventative measures so that people like me who go around and click on every single thing, there's nothing that we can do that will mess this up. So if you accidentally send something, you can actually delete your own message, but you cannot delete somebody else's. And Diane, I will get with you because I actually found that question. I found the answer out to that question earlier. If you're, and this is in a nutshell, we can get a free Microsoft Suite account for our club. So we would have a whole new Teams, and then you can create different channels within that for all of your committees. So it won't be all within one Teams, but it will be easy to switch back and forth. Another thing that we could do is just create a group chat. So it's completely however you would want it, but you can create a group chat with your committee, and you can actually rename your group chat to your committee name, and that would be in the chat app section. So you can always use that feature. I think that there's more features within the Teams. So I always advocate for groups of people using that over a group chat. But it's a lot easier to send files back and forth and keep everything organized for the committee. Just because I know we have so much documents that go back and forth, and it's within a chat, it's easy to miss something. Whereas within your Teams, everything's in a really nice folder system. And like I said, if anyone wants to practice, feel free to find me on Teams. I'm not going to give you homework and force you guys to do this unless you want to, but If you want to send me your favorite GIF or just a hey, send me some, you know what? We would appreciate some cloud coverage over crazy snowstorms that are headed our way. So send us some of those from your area.
I think our hope with this, of course, is that every club member in the region would feel comfortable, like, hey, I want to talk to Kate Espy in Port Orchard and ask them about that fabulous fundraiser their club did. Oh, I could get on here and just find her and message her and say, hey, what was that great fundraiser Seroptimus International of Port Orchard did last month? You know, I can't remember what it was. Where did I see that on social media? Or hey, what's going on in District 2 with the you know, the club treasurers? You know, are you all getting ready to turn in your dues? Or, you know, anyway, I just hope that we could figure out, I think there's lots of possibilities. So anything is, you know, any information you want to share or ask questions, this would be a great platform for it. A good question. Will there be a team session at the region conference? We're not going to have an actual workshop on Teams, but I am going to try to do a meetup. And you'll be seeing more about that. We've definitely got it on our list. So, and what's a meetup? It's a group, a chance for folks to get together and ask questions about and chat about doing this chat on Teams. So thanks, Alita, appreciate it. All right, any other questions at this point? I'm not seeing any here. All right. Well, Jessica, thank you so very much for all your time tonight. We appreciate it and your prep work. And it's great to have you in our region here. I was so excited when I met Jessica at the District 4 meeting last October and learned what she did. I was like, whoa, because we really need in our region to have some folks who are experts in teams to help us all find ways to make this a really engaging platform that's very helpful to all of us. So I appreciate you, Jessica, for being here tonight. And thank you, everybody, for being here as well. And we hope to see you at our next safari adventure with the Imagine Life Without Violence.
Thanks, everybody. Remember, February 1.
Yes. And we'll see you soon. Thanks.